in China podcast with me, Christina Kohler-Coluccia from Woodburn Accountants and Advisors. Our daily episodes on solving your China and Hong Kong business pain points are there to help leaders, managers, and entrepreneurs with the daily struggles they may be facing while setting up and operating in China and/or Hong Kong. We look at corporate administrative battles such as tax planning, incorporation, accounting, human resource, and labor, as well as cultural and language nuances that may make a daily business life hard. Our goal is to leave you with solutions at your fingertips. I hope you enjoy the episode. Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be talking about trademark registration in China and Hong Kong. Is the registration enough, or are we needing a larger grand scheme strategy? Now, proper trademark registration in China and Hong Kong is crucial, and it must be done correctly in a comprehensive and timely manner. A trademark registered in one country does not automatically grant protection in another. Brands have to register their trademarks in every country they plan to operate in, especially in jurisdictions like China, which follows a first-to-file system. Now, particularly in China, registration alone is not enough to protect a company's intellectual property and brand. Foreign companies operating in China should have a far-reaching strategy that includes trademark registration with customs, control over your suppliers, and effective monitoring of online and offline markets, among other actions. One of the most important steps is to protect a trademark against counterfeited products exported from China. And in order to do this, you need to record the registered trademark with the customs authorities. Once recorded, the Chinese customs bureaus add it into their system and watch for any unauthorized use of the mark on outbound shipments of goods. A company has to present the necessary documents, such as the trademark registration certificate, to the General Administration of Customs to record their trademark. It is important to specify the classes of goods that need to be monitored. In key port locations like Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Guangzhou, where many counterfeited shipments originate, communicating with customs authorities is going to be beneficial. Explaining how to differentiate the real product from the fake one, as well as providing contact information where they can call in case of questions about the goods, can also be helpful. Now, no matter how many registration certificates a trademark has, the company who owns it has the main responsibility to protect it. Monitoring counterfeiting activity regularly in both online and offline markets is essential. Chinese authorities simply do not have the resources to deal with every case of counterfeited merchandise, nor are they familiar with the particulars of every brand. Foreign companies should have a plan in place to monitor the online and offline markets where their products are being sold. Some of the most important online platforms to watch in China are Taobao, Tmall, JD, Pinduoduo, and other social commerce apps. It is recommended to regularly do online searches of the brand in both English and Chinese to identify illegal sales. Another step is to visit in-person trade fairs, wholesale markets, factories, locations where counterfeits could originate. Now, gathering the evidence, such as photos and purchase records, can be helpful when starting legal action. Combating counterfeiting is an ongoing process, so persistence is key. Now, foreign companies should also consider getting IP lawyers involved as soon as possible when counterfeiting activity is confirmed. Legal action in China can be costly and time-consuming, and companies should evaluate if it is worth it depending on the size of the infringement. For minor or one-off infringement issues, firing off takedown requests or cease and desist letters may be sufficient. In cases where there is widespread counterfeiting across multiple online and offline channels, lawyers can gather evidence, identify major players in the counterfeit supply chain, and pursue legal actions such as civil litigation or administrative raids. When counterfeiting is rampant, traceable to organized operations, and risks significant damage to the brand or revenues, starting legal action is the right move. Lawyers are also critical for reinforcing IP protections in China. They can apply for preliminary injunctions, record the IP with multiple authorities, and push for cases to be transferred to specialized IP courts. Now, this strategy combines enforcement with strengthening legal defenses. Chinese customs authorities can help protect against the export of counterfeited products, but the system is not perfect. An additional step is to establish the same kind of protection to guard against the import of counterfeits into other markets. In the United States, a company can record a registered U.S. trademark with Customs and Border Protection. This can be done in every country where the company exports its products and in key markets where the trademark should be protected. Often, the suppliers are responsible for intellectual property infringements. In some cases, this might reflect a purposeful decision by management. In others, it may be due to a rogue employee. Companies should keep a close relationship with their suppliers, communicating and visiting them regularly or hiring someone trustworthy to do so. Brands should consider registering not just their primary logo or brand name, but also any variations, sub-brands, or key product names. This ensures a much wider umbrella of protection. Trademark protection isn't eternal. Brands must keep track of renewal deadlines to maintain their rights. Lapses can result in a loss of protection, making brands vulnerable to infringement. Having solid documentation on your intellectual property is just as important as the IP itself. This documentation proves ownership, outlines rights, and is essential during legal disputes. For brands operating in partnerships or joint ventures, it is essential to have clear documentation on who owns what. This prevents potential disputes and ambiguities in the future. Companies should maintain a consolidated and updated portfolio of all of their IP. This should include registration certificates, renewal documents, and any correspondence related to the IP rights. If the brand or any IP elements are licensed to other entities, a company must ensure those agreements are ironclad with clear terms on usage, duration, territories, and revocation clauses. Registering and protecting trademarks in China is a complex process. It requires extensive effort and due diligence. But thoughtful IP protection enables brands to maximize their integrity and reap the full value of their IP in China as well as in Hong Kong. Risks can obviously be minimized and sometimes even avoided if they are confronted early and with advanced preparation. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure you are registering your trademarks and your brand assets, and you're taking all of these considerations in mind in order to be successful in the Chinese and Hong Kong market. Hope you enjoyed today's video. See you soon. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. Now, can Woodburn help you? I am offering a free 30-minute call where we discuss the obstacles you are encountering on your China and/or Hong Kong business journey and how we can help accelerate your success. The link to my diary is in the show notes. I look forward to speaking with you soon.